G'day, guys, and welcome to Raging Rhino. It's time for episode 2 of Skeleton Crew. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do the back-to-back. I just watched the first episode last night, and now I'm doing episode 2. I just couldn't push through and actually get it done. So here we go. We're going to watch episode 2. We're going to get straight into this. Episode 1, this show is so for kids. Anyway, I'm going to talk about all of this at the end, but we're going to get through this episode first. If you're new here, you get to see my reactions as I go through the episode, and then you get to hear my thoughts and my review at the very end. Let's go.
Another button, I swear.
It'll be the droid. Because you saw the droid in the beginning flashes through the... Sounds a bit like a droid. I don't understand the scream, though. He's a pirate droid.
Show me how to fly my ship.
Oh, it's for kids.
Primary acceleration, pitch, yaw, roll, trim control, secondary acceleration, rear thrusters, side thrusters, base thrusters, secondary base thrusters.
Try searching your memory bank's last location.
Searching, 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 searching.
Even...
Searching, searching.
Okay, that's so annoying. Like, this is how much it is for kids. Like, when they say, like, can't you search memory banks for your last location and what you were sort of doing? And it's sitting there going, searching, searching, searching. And, like, everything prior to that, like, her little lie to get, to become the captain, like, the little banter within the kids and stuff. It's good enough for what it is, but it's not Star Wars. That's probably the best way that I can say it. And it's definitely like very, very heavily directed towards children entertainment. Searching.
Hey, little guy.
They say of Borgo you'll rest well in a soft bed or a shallow grave.
Ahar me hearties. Oh, look, it's another cute little piece of merch. I guess I haven't really been reacting much, so when we get to the end, there's not going to be much context. So basically, the droid's woken up. We've seen a little bit of that, and they don't know which way home is. The droid's never heard of the name that they're calling it, and we cut back. They're not supposed to be out. This is curfew or something. It seems that the droids do run that planet that they're from. It's all like very piratey, obviously. And then they go to the spaceport because they don't know how to get home. They think that going there is going to help them be able to get home. And he's the only one that's excited to be there.
Can't you plug his trunk or something?
I don't talk with my trunk.
Just stay together.
He literally is like an elephant. By the way, apparently there's no connection to Max. How did they all split up? Why is she by herself now?
Now where are those stinko boys?
Oh, where are those stinko boys?
At Adam?
Come on, seriously, girls, where are you from?
No one's ever heard of their home. Oh, it's so comedic. The fight's even comedic.
Hey, what if we train this little guy to go get the key over there?
We're going to follow this creature to getting the key. And he's not going to get the key. Why would he get the key? Let's make it funny. Over that way. This reminds me of Get the Cheese from The Mask. Oh, bring in the key.
Can you keep a secret?
Oh, can you keep a secret? And that'll be the end of the episode. Okay. There wasn't much more than that little explanation that I gave. They almost got out of there. The droid gets shot on their way out, and the leader of that space dock, the pirate space dock, throws them in the brig for 3 days. and then they meet up with the Jude Law character. Now, I've heard a little bit of talk about it, and I don't think that he's a Jedi either, based on what a lot of people have speculated. But I don't think he's a Jedi. I think that they're really going to, and this is going to be the big Disney Star Wars thing, introduce him as a gray Jedi, which is completely like it's complete speculation, first of all, but at the same time, like gray Jedi isn't a thing in Star Wars. You could have him as a dark Jedi. I wouldn't necessarily have a problem with that, where it's just selfish and it is all just about him. But yeah, I think, the kid saying, "Oh, you're a Jedi," and then him going, "Shh," and then, "Can you keep a secret?" I don't know. I think he's just playing on his speculation. That's what I'm going to sort of assume. But other than that, these first two episodes, they've just been boring. They are. That second episode it's kind of funny because the first episode's like really for kids. This second episode is like really, really for kids. And it's kind of hard to describe what I mean by that. Let me just see if there's like a bit that I can find that shows that. Okay, this would probably be the best part. Like there's a lot of this in here, but this is what I mean when I say it's so for kids. All right, I can't play too much like without actually stopping it and actually giving some commentary here. So like he walks in, he's looking for Wham, I think his name is, and he gets scared by the skeletons and he is in that room, but then obviously it does go on here.
Look! I think they died in a duel. I want to show you something else. Come on! I think I found the captain's room. Look, we can all sleep in here.
Okay, I'm going to pause it there. Like, he goes around the room, they're having a chat. Like, he wants to keep the adventure going. He wants to just get back home. Like, the character dynamics and stuff like that, again, is fine. The way it's shot is fine. It actually looks fine. Those elements of this show are actually fine. But in a Star Wars show, it's just, again, it's not for me. And, like, even some of the animated stuff, even though let's say that is targeted towards kids, there's been a lot of things in there and a lot of themes in there that are, an adult can watch it and actually get some enjoyment out of it as well. Now, I am going to say, obviously, the animated stuff definitely has its own little problems, but it wasn't just totally targeted towards kids. And it's funny because a lot of the criticism that we get, or like bite back to the criticism that we give, I should say, is like, oh, it's just for kids. Well, yeah, there is some truth to that. But like now with this, they've made Star Wars for kids. Like this is literally a kids show. And it's funny, people are talking about how it's like, oh, it's like Goonies in space, blah, 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 blah. Like, why isn't this just like Star Wars? Like, why isn't it Star Wars? I don't know. There's not really too much to say about this episode. Oh, there's this the hooker, you could say, or something. She's trying to get the girls out. At least that's what she's saying. She could be trying to manipulate them. She seems like she's got good intentions. But I guess we should, there is also the shot here of when like they walk away and she's sort of like, oh no, there is concern there, I guess. Again, like with the characters, like they all three of them walked off and she was sort of stranded by herself, the main young girl, and then she ends up by herself. And it's just like the patterns of the storytelling of the characters and their locations and these sorts of things just don't seem to add up. If you want to have them separate, why not just have a quick scene of like them looking around and them saying, oh, we've lost the other one. Let's split up and see if we can try and find her. And we'll meet back here or something like that. And then the two boys, you might make them too scared because that seems to be what it is too. Like there is a little bit of that girl power and the boys are just stupid kind of element to this. But it is just kids. Like boys are stupid and girls try to act this way. So I guess there's some truth to it anyway. But like in Star Wars, this isn't Star Wars. Like again, they do the aliens well. Like I said, it's shot well. It's edited pretty well. I haven't really noticed anything or any glaring like scores that have been like out of place. You know, with the Mandalorian when the ship flies in and you've got techno music hammering. You know, or like even at the end of like a acolyte episode, they're playing some song that they particularly made or specifically, sorry, made for that show. There's nothing like that that has actually taken me out of it in that sense. What's taken me out of it is that this is just not a quote unquote, let's say, a Star Wars story that I care about. They're going to try and make you care about it in regards to the relevancy, if they can create a canon around that planet that they're talking about, their home planet that's supposed to be a legend and this like got gold like treasures, and they are flashing old Republic credits around. So that's basically what this episode is. And Jude Law is going to try and help break them out of prison and break them out of here. And all his payment is that they take him with them to their home planet. Also, too, the other reason why I think that he might just be a Dark Jedi and he's selfish is because he overheard the kids having the conversation about how, you know, maybe it is true how this planet is a myth and does it hold all these treasures. That's what they were sort of saying is like the dialogue that sort of takes place. And he was in that prison, like, obviously overhearing what these kids are talking about. They're talking loudly because they don't think anybody else is in there. So he's overheard that. Now he wants to help them. He's just a selfish Dark Jedi. Anyway, that's my thoughts on episode 2. It hasn't been, let's say, over offensive to like any form of canon or anything like that I've been able to notice so far. But it certainly doesn't feel like Star Wars. It's not good. I'm not enjoying it. And it's definitely a kid's show. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you next week for episode 3. Later, guys.